Hello friends, hello besties, welcome back to another YouTube video.
Don't invite me over if you throw another pretty party. Looking back, it's hard to tell you where.
My name is Chris Corporang and right now I am an au pair in Pennsylvania. As you may notice, I'm speaking English, right? So this video will be in English completely because we're going to talk about the language interview, la entrevista de idioma. And I'm going to tell you exactly the questions that they asked me that my, let's say assistant, because it's asesora, but I just don't know how to say that right now in English. The representative that was working with my company, which is Global Exchange, she set up my appointment and we had the conversation in English. This is really important because people sometimes don't know that this interview is with agencies, not with the host family. So really important. This is important, okay? This is actually a, how do you call that? Disclaimer. Period. So it's the agency that does the interview. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you exactly all the questions that I remember that they asked, that I saw on my email, and that several au pairs sent me through DM, so you guys can practice your answers and know and be ready for what they're gonna ask. I'm doing it in English so you can practice, have better comprehension, and your communication improves from here and there, or whenever you're gonna take your interview. In my case, I already knew English. I was actually wanting to be an au pair in France, but that didn't happen because I was not like this good. So I just decided to do it here. But I already knew English, so for me it was a breeze. But maybe for you that you have an intermediate English, or maybe you have an advanced English but you never done anything like being an au pair, I will give you these two advices. Continue watching the video and go to my blogs, because in my blogs you can see what I do on a daily basis. Okay, so yeah, mind you, I was thinking I shouldn't do this in English so they can understand, but in the other hand, you guys need it so you guys can just follow through. If you're interested in knowing what questions they ask in the language assessment or language interview, please keep on watching. I'm gonna give you the whole tea. Okay, so this literally has no order. I'm just gonna read the questions and I'm gonna answer, but pretty much I think I cover most of the questions that they ask in the agency, the representative. So the first question says, what would you do when you arrive in the United States with your host parents? I will greet them. I will try to, learn the routine right away. I will try to get to know their kids right away whenever I'm working, of course, and not interrupting them. I would also give them gifts if I brought any gifts for them from my country. I will give them my gifts, and I will just try to get to know them if they give me the opportunity. Depending on their personalities, then I will try to talk to them and then see how they are, and yeah, just get to know who I'm going to be living with for a whole year. That's what I will answer personally. What would you do if you feel alone or sad? That wasn't my case because I'm a very independent girl, but I will try to talk a little bit more with my family. I will try to make myself more comfortable doing things that I used to do when I was in my country, maybe going out, going to the library, reading a book, maybe going to the movies by myself. I will try to do activities and things that will make me feel happy, and I will just not focus in anything negative, because that's why I'm doing this program. It's because I want to do something different. I want to be happy and I want to change my whole environment. So personally, it doesn't apply to me, but that's what I would say, right? Experience with kids, and describe yourself in 3 words. So describe myself in 3 words. I would say very fun to be around, respectful, and responsible. Those are the 3 ways that I will describe myself for an agency or for somebody that is doing an interview about myself, and that I normally am, but you need to give them the positive. The other question was experience with kids. In this case, you will just tell them the experience that you have, if you've taken care of kids or not, either if it's family, either if it's kids that you've taken care of in a daycare or in school. You will talk to them about that. If you don't have a lot of experience, or if you don't have any, then that might be bad, because they are expecting you to have experience when you're in the interview process. I don't know, but you will have to give them the details of your experience. I'm sorry, I know that sounds redundant, but yeah. What does your family think about the program in au pair? You will just tell them what your parents think. Personally, my mom was not like 100% on board with it because she thought that this was not legit. But as soon as she saw me having the interviews, she saw me seeing these other videos from Aupairs that were in the United States, she was more willing to let me do the program. My dad was all aboard. My dad never doubted, and he was really happy for me because I was doing something. I was expanding my horizons and doing different things. But yeah, my mom was 50-50, but at the end she gave in. So it's cool. Who do you live with? By the time I applied for the program, I was living with my mom and my sister. So I would just straight up say, I live with my mom and my sister. Simple. You don't need to talk a lot. I mean, if they ask you a question, a closed question, sorry, just answer right away what it is. That's it. You don't need to talk a lot because that's when you then make mistakes, right? What does your career or goals have to do with being an au pair? Well, when I was a teacher, I really enjoyed teaching kids, like taking care of them and teaching them. So for me, that's something that relates to being an au pair. Also, I graduated from hospitality and tourism, which also has to do because it's service, like it's pretty much in the service industry. You are helping, so that's something that you need to have in you. So I think that nothing beats that for you to be an au pair, and you need to like kids. And I was a teacher for 6, almost 7 months, so pretty much have the experience. So I would say that. Which qualities or virtues you need to have to be an au pair? Well, you need to have a lot of patience. You need to have a lot of patience because you know you're taking care of kids, and kids can be a handful sometimes. You don't know their personalities yet when you're new, and you need to have a lot of patience. You need to be very kind. You need to be respectful, and you need to be able to be flexible with them because they will want to do something all the time. They will want to do an activity now, but then they will leave it and then do another one. So you need to be flexible and not get upset when they change their mind. What would you do if something happens with your host parents, like a misunderstanding or something? The first thing I would do, I will talk to them. The first thing I will do as soon as I see that something is not right, or they're not respecting my time, or they're not doing something that they agreed to do before, I will just tell them either via text or email, whatever line of communication we're having, that we need to talk whenever they're home from work, whenever they can have a phone call, if they won't be home or whatever it is the case. I will just first try to right away address it, sit with them and let them know what's going on, so that way I can have more peace of mind. And yeah, because you can't just keep your feeling and what you feel inside. That's not right. And you live with them. You want to have a nice experience. You want to express them what is making you feel uncomfortable. So I will talk to them right away. I wouldn't waste a minute. And of course, I will try to solve the issue. And if we can't solve the issue communicating as human beings, then I will of course try to find another family. If that's the outcome, then I will just find another family for sure. What are you looking for in your host parents specifically? So me, I'm looking for host parents that are responsible, host parents that treat you like family. I understand that this is a job, cultural exchange, but I want host parents that can make me feel that I'm not just working for them, that they can make me feel welcomed in their life. And also host parents that are fun, not too like reserved or that maybe are shy. I mean, I want host families that match with my personality as well, because that will make the whole experience very smooth, enjoyable, if I do say so myself. Okay, next. What if your host kids have an accident? They have a cut? What would you do? Well, it will depend on the situation, but let's say that my host kid have an accident. Maybe he bumped his finger against a wall or something and he's bleeding. I will make sure that it's nothing serious. I will make sure and verify if it's serious or not. If it's just a bump in a finger and he's bleeding, I will just clean the wound and I would just put a band-aid, clean the wound, put a band-aid, maybe give him a candy or give him something in order to distract him from the pain. But if it's something really dangerous, let's say he fell down the stairs, or it was an accident, then I will definitely make sure that he's okay, making sure that he's breathing, he's alive, and I will call 911 right away. I will let them know where I live, my address, my name, where we're located, and what happened. And right away after I'm done with 911, I will call my host parents or text my host parents so they know what happened to their host kids. So I know how important it is, first aid and attention and 911. So if it's serious, I will give them a call giving them all the information that they need, and then I will reach out to my host parents. If it's not serious, then I will just handle it with my host kid. But yeah, I will do that. Why you want to be an au pair, and what activities would you do with your host kids? Well, I want to be an au pair because I want to experience what it is to live in another country for a year with an American family, learning their culture, learning their personalities, learning the way that they live, and nothing better than just being an au pair. That's the best thing. And I say it's the best thing because it gives you a lot of perks. You know, you live with them, they cover for your meals, they cover for your car if they have a car, they cover for where you live. Like, the perks of these programs are really good, and you get paid as well. So I said, I want to be an au pair, and I have the experience, so I like what I see. I'm doing it. What activities will you do with your host kids at home? Well, it will depend. We can play board games, we can play like we can do crafts, we can do karaoke. There's so many things that I will try to do with them. And if it's outdoors, if it's outside, we can ride bikes if they have, we can do scooter, we can do scooter, we can play in a playground if they have a playground close by. I can take them to the playground, we can just jump rope, blow bubbles, whatever activities that they have, I will just do them with them, and I will create my activities myself. If we need to color and paint and stuff, we will do that too. That's what I will say. What would you do when you finish your au pair year? Well, if I like the family, I might extend for another year. If I'm done with the program, then I will just go back to my country and I will just study something, maybe a master's in early childhood education, and learn another language, perhaps. What activities? Okay, I already did that. What are some of your hobbies? Well, my hobbies, I love karaoke, I love singing. I also love reading books. Another hobby I have is going to the gym, working out, at least for 15-20 minutes, but I love to do something for myself and my body. I love that. Also, I love to go out. Not go out every day, but once in a while, go out, hang out with friends, and go to the movies as well. I like to do a lot of things, and traveling as well. That's what I would say. What would be your favorite holiday, or which holiday are you interested in getting to know? I remember very well that I told my representative that I wanted to experience the 4th of July because of the fireworks. So I would say that, and I actually did say that 4th of July is one of the holidays that I would like to experience, and also Memorial Day. So there you go. And the last thing was, what would you like to study in the United States? They asked this question because you need to study while you're an au pair. So what I said was that I wanted to study French, but then I noticed that I couldn't study French because of the agency I came with, which is Au Pair. They don't let you study French in this agency. So I told her that I wanted to study French, but in case that French wasn't available, I will just study whatever branch or whatever signature I found to study. But what I end up doing was going to an au pair 4 days camp that will cover the whole class. But what I said was that I wanted to study French as an au pair class. And literally those are all the questions that they asked me, and that's how I would answer and how I answered when the time came. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys understood. And if you guys have any questions, let me know down the comments. I made this video specifically in English, so whoever wants to be an au pair, they can practice. They can practice and they can practice. This is pretty much the English for au pairs. So thank you so much for watching. This is a very short video, but I hope it was essential and important for you. If you guys want me to do more English videos, let me know too. I would like to receive all the positive feedback and all the things that you guys want me to do, because this channel is not for me, it's for all the au pairs out there and whoever watches. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.